welcome to the channel. Sean here, and today's episode is going to deal with this. Far too often, Lisa and I are coming out here and working every day when we're at the lot, and I decided that maybe it's time to actually try and enjoy the lot a little bit as well. So as you can see, I'm down in the lower portion of our lot into the bay area, and we've done some test holes. Lisa and I were out here yesterday. We estimated the depth. I brought out the tape measure this morning, and there's 8 inches of ice here in this bay. I've done a couple test holes, so I know it seems to be consistent depth of ice around 8 inches of good black clear ice, and I think that's enough to finally get the side-by-side down here and clear us off a rink so that we can actually enjoy our property as well as work at it. So stick around, and that's what we're going to get into today. We're going to get the side-by-side down here. I've walked a bit of a path. There's an opening down here, so I don't need to cut anything or do anything. I just need to maybe move a couple old logs that are there to get the side-by-side onto the ice, and we're going to plow this. There's not much snow. There's probably only 1.5 inches or whatever at best, but I want to scrape it down really good, because then we're going to try and get a pump out here either tomorrow or Friday when it really gets cold again, and we're going to flood it. So stick around and let's see what we get into. Okay, as you can see, I'm down here on the ice, just trying to get a basic shape of the rink done. It was not cutting completely clear to the ice surface, so I'm doing it a couple different passes, and then I'll try and clean it up because the straight plow seemed to be clearing it better. But I just thought I'd do a little quick talk about this. I talk about it quite often, but I don't get into too many specifics about it. It's the Honda Pioneer 700-4. So this is a 2015 model. I bought it used. It has turned out to be a fantastic piece of equipment to have around a large piece of property for moving stuff. It's got 4 seats. The 2 seats in the back fold down to create a dump box. So if you actually, I'll come around here and show you. Here's with the seats folded down, so that is a dump box. I have added a few extras to it. I've added a light bar at the front and 2 lights at the back. I have this click and go plow, which works really, really well. It's easy to put on. We've shown that in one of the other videos. I'll add the link up above for that. And it really works well because I can just basically come out, step on that, and then spin the plow to whatever direction I want. So this is a 700, it's not quite 700, but they call it a 700cc. It's 690 something. Fuel injected, UTV or side-by-side. It has 4-wheel drive, diff lock in it. The plow is on it. I've got a full roof kit and a full glass windshield, which has proven to be really nice, especially this time of year when you're doing stuff like this. It is fantastic on fuel. I don't, I've only had to fill it a few times now. I don't drive it a ton, but it is actually really good on fuel. Very versatile. Weighs in the vicinity of 1,390 pounds, so just shy of 1,400 pounds. That's why I really wanted to make sure that I did a bunch of test holes on the ice and make sure that it was safe enough for me to be out here. So I love this machine, and I'm sure as time goes on I'll find more and more chores for it, but today it's about using this and having some fun. So everything was going really good, and then the cable for the winch broke. It's an old winch, and the cable needed replacing, and I knew that, but I thought I could get away with it for a while. Clearly, not so much. So now I'm down on the ice, and I have to walk back up to the house because I don't really want to take the plow off if I can fix this right here. So I'm going to walk back up to the building lot. The house, that's funny. There's no house there yet, but anyways, I'm going to walk back up to the lot grab some tools in my truck, come back down, and see if we can get this sorted out. So clearly, the building lot moves farther away from the ice or the bay when I'm walking, because it can't be that I'm old and out of breath trying to carry this massive tool bag with a ton of tools, because I don't want to get down there and find out that I've left what I needed up here. So I'm taking a ton of stuff with me, and I also am bringing a ratchet strap, because if I can't get it fixed while I'm down there, at least I can ratchet strap it up and get it back up to the lot to work on it there. Turning out not to be my day, but we did get it fixed. I actually had another camera on this as I was fixing it, but apparently I didn't hit record. So what I did is took those cable clamps off. I wasn't able to cut the cable because I didn't have any tools to do that right now, but that entire cable is going to need to be replaced. So I just temporary fix. Hopefully I can actually finish plowing the rink, and hopefully it'll get me back up to the lot, and then we'll have to go purchase a new cable or rope for it. Alright guys, so we've got a giant rink plowed out here today. We had a little bit of problems with that plow, but got it fixed back up. I am going to have to change that cable out at some point, but other than that, everything went smooth. We've got a massive rink plowed, which you can see from the drone footage that I've added, and now the next step is to flood it. So we're going to look at purchasing a small pump. I do have a Honda, I think it's probably a 1-horse pump, a large pump with an 1.5 inch intake and outlet, but too big and too cumbersome to do rink flooding possibly. So I may be investing in a small pump from probably Canadian Tire that I can flood this rink with relatively easily, and have it small enough that I can pack it back up, take it home, get it inside the house, get it warm, so I don't have any freezing problems. So stick around and we'll see how that goes. Great, so obviously I have left the lot. I'm in the truck, and I just left one of my favorite places, Princess Auto. So I did some research after I left the lot about buying a gas-powered trash or water pump, and I was going to go to Canadian Tire, but they had a very small pump there with like a couple feet of discharge line that you had to actually use hose clamps on and everything. And anyways, I ended up buying a 1-inch gas-powered water pump from Princess Auto with quick connect couplings, a quick connect supply line, and I bought 3 50-foot lengths of 1-inch quick connect hose to be able to flood that rink, and I got it all for cheaper than I could have bought the small pump kit at Canadian Tire. So it did pay to do a little bit of shopping around. So I got everything in the back. I'm going to make a quick stop at home, open up the box, and make sure that everything actually is there, and then I'm heading back out to the lot to flood that rink. And on a really quick side note, although I always joke and say don't tell Lisa, this actually was Lisa approved purchase. She's the one that wants this skating rink. I haven't even had a pair of skates that fit in probably 15 years. So she is the one that's eager to get this rink and wanted me to do this. So as much as I joke about don't tell Lisa, this is 100% Lisa approved purchase.
So while I was working today, Sean was out here plowing a very small, not small at all, rink. So he doesn't do anything in half measures, and this rink is basically the entire bay. And I'm really glad that it's quite warm out today, because I just got my hair done. Don't want to mess it up. Yep.
Okay, so here's the pump system that we bought. A 1-inch as I said earlier, a 1-inch water pump, or trash pump they're called, with 1-inch quick connects and 150 feet of discharge hose. So we'll see how it works. I'm not really sure what to expect yet, but we're gonna give her a go. So as I always say, I'm no expert at any of this stuff. Here we are. Pump system is working fantastic, but there's too much snow still on this ice to effectively flood it because of the feet on the snowplow that keep it up from the bottom, which we obviously want for our driveways and stuff, but not so much when you're doing a rink. So Lisa's gone back up to the truck to grab my wrenches. We're going to just see if we can get those feet off. If not, we're going to do this. But this size pump, you know, great idea because of the portability. Not a great idea because that's the size of the rink. I might be here 7 hours. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. As you can see by the amount of daylight, we've been out here a while, and we've discovered that I make rinks way too big, because this massive rink takes forever to flood with that small 1-inch track pump. So we're probably going to flood it a little more tonight. It's coming along, and then tomorrow I will break out my big pump with an 1.5-inch fire hose, and I think that'll make a big difference. So it is coming along, but sometimes I get a little overzealous when I'm making stuff, apparently. But one thing I do want to point out is I added this light bar to my Honda Pioneer and a set on the back, and they are incredible. They give off tons of light, so I'm quite happy with that. Okay, here we are standing in the amazing spotlight.
Really bright.
To look at the camera, don't look at the side-by-side. So it's dark, and we've got
but
kind of a
what time
mess.
is it? It is 5:05,
Oh,
and
is it
there's
really? Yeah.
like even a little bit of light, which is
It's
already starting to get better.
Well, good. I'm glad you could find something positive to say. So the winch cable broke again on the side-by-side, so it's time. It before I do anything else, it needs to come off and a new one go on. So anyways, we are in the process still of making a rink. It's an adequate rink right now. It's a little big, but it's going to be amazing when I'm done.
It's a bit of a mess right now.
It's not a mess. It's amazing. It's like NHL players are going to be out here playing on it all the time.
It needs some work.
Anyways.
We'll get there.
Yeah. She's a negative Nancy tonight. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. If you like these videos, like I always say, please add a comment below. Hit the thumbs up. It does help us quite a bit, especially in these early days as we grow the channel. Share the video with your friends, and don't forget to hit that bell so you know when we post our next videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great night.
See you next time.
Good morning. Just a quick follow-up. Here we are the next morning. It's actually turned out way better than what I expected so far. One really good more flood tonight, or probably not till tomorrow, and the rink will be ready for skating on Saturday, which I'm quite happy about. But I have noticed one thing, and that is that apparently I take after my dad and I don't do anything on a small scale. Oh well. Have a good one.